games, and it will be the Oshawa Outlaws or the Brampton Express. Hello again. Hope the Easter long weekend is treating you well, and thanks for joining us. Lance Wynn teamed up with JVI Productions as always as we get ready and set the stage for tomorrow's championship final here. One of these two teams will earn the right. Goaltenders for today's game, Jackson Brown will get the start for the Outlaws. He played outstanding in their quarterfinal win. And Lucas Nagy, steady all year. He gets the nod for the Express. Officials for today's game, of course, the best officiating crew we have on tap for these playoffs. Joel Furman is the crew chief. He's working with Seb Bedoin and Mark Sandman Sands. And as we get set to go here, of course, these two teams come in, and it was a big win last weekend. Brampton, of course, edging their way and able to come away with a W over Peterborough, 16-12, and these Oshawa Outlaws put together their finest performance in beating the Six Nations Snipers 23-9. We're underway. Opening possession belongs to the Brampton Express. Remember, they were in the finals last year, lost to the Toronto Monarchs in that championship final, so they're looking to get their spot back in there. The Outlaws, of course, have come on strong late. And boy, oh boy, they looked awfully good in their quarterfinal win. So Jake McNabb out there with Carter Zavitz, Curtis Ward, and Jeff Wittig, who takes the first shot of the game. That's wide of the mark. And racing for Josh Tagore, two hands on, and that's over and back. Tagore will scoop it up. He's got Blundbergs with him. Tagore tried to roll it, but a great save there, or an easy save made by Lucas Nagy. And with both these netminders, you're going to have to bring it and bring it strong, because they're both good. McNabb, of course, one of the leaders. Certainly the scoring leader playoff-wise for these Brampton Express. He does a little everything. Zavitz looking, trying to shake Nick Webb. Webb on him. They change on the defensive rotation. Gavin Thibault, he'll be called on. 3 in the shot clock. Thibault's shot wide of the mark. That's going to be a violation. Possession going to go back to the Outlaws, and end-to-end we go. 2 defensive holds for both teams. Take a look now at the offense for the Outlaws. Of course, Gareth Haig out there. Welcome to the Arenalacrosseleague with the conductor, the maestro, the master facilitator, John St. John. They'll work it. Josh Gilray kicking over, working that right side. St. John trying to duck in. Looks for an opening. 6 on the shot clock. Haig, he'll take it from way out there. Goes off Gage Board, who didn't plan on it but made the save anyway. Kayla Martin will leave it. And Brampton now will go to work. Had a chance to speak with head coach Jeff Dowling. His assistants, of course, Kevin Haynes, Todd Wilfong, Brock Boyle, and Ryan Campbell. And Jeff Dowling told me 3 things I got to keep in check here, as that one is no goal on the hockey. Discipline, certainly one of the things they needed to consider here. Then he spoke about keeping the tempo up, wanting to run. Transition game, a big thing. They think they have the edge on Oshawa in transition. And of course, playing smart defense. That means staying out of the box, but making sure your rotation is tight. That flip, looking for Chris Atwood, couldn't connect there. Good defense, so Brampton sticking to the game plan right away as they will pick it up. And a good job there by Medeiros as he's able to shake a defender. So Medeiros out there now. Wittig, he'll work on that left side. Wittig trying to bull his way in. He'll post you up on those blocks there, and he gets taken down, and the actual backhand shovel went in the top corner. No matter, though. Quick outlet pass. And pulling things out is Austin Blumbergs. Blumbergs gives way to Haig. Gareth Haig, Ryan Haig. Both the Haig brothers. Now Jeff McNulty lets it go 5-hole. So Jeff McNulty tees it up from way out and splits the wicket for a 1-0 lead. Of course, McNulty, one of the veteran players, and takes a pass from Haig. You think that he's way too far, but look at all the room he has. So he's able to step into that one, gauge it, and you can bet that if Nagy got that one back, he'd sure want that one back in a hurry. So Oshawa out to a 1-0 lead, and when I spoke to their head coach, Joe Hiltz, of course, his assistants, Jay Lee, Justin Warner, and Ryan McMichael, he spoke about the team working hard. They don't want to be outworked. No matter what, do not be outworked. Keeping a positive attitude and staying composed, meaning when things go good, you ride an even keel. When not so good, you do the same. And Millsap gives his team a jolt. The Outlaws out to a 2-0 start. Just some good lacrosse there, attacking. And Millsap, boy, on the run. You could see good speed as he pockets his first of the game. And Oshawa strikes 2 times, 11.5 to go here in this opening quarter. And just to finish that thought, after composure, of course, making good decisions. That's at both the defensive and offensive end. So Coach Hiltz believes if they can do that, the Outlaws will head to tomorrow's final. In the meantime, between time, Brampton, notorious slow starters, going to have to get going here. Now Chris Atwood, he's going to work it over the timeline, sets it over to Jake Gilmore. Gilmore swings it around to that right side. Keep an eye out, number 10, Austin Murphy, former MVP of the league, of course, champion with the Steelhawks. And again, same spot, same result. This time it's an underhand from Jake Gilmore that finds the 5-hole, and it's 3-0 Oshawa. You got to see, you got to feel for Nagy here. This is the second time, almost an instant replay, as he sees it, but the bouncer just to his right. And that was a much better shot than I thought. I thought that may have found the wickets, but instead it went short, went to the far side on a bounce. So outstanding shooting there from Gilmore. And off the draw now. The Express in some trouble, triple teamed along the boards. Jonah Beam trying to help out, as is Curtis Ward, but whole scrum on those half boards. And the Outlaws came away with it briefly. Still loose on that carpet. And finally they're going to have to blow it down, as it's an 8-second call, and it's going to go in favor of the Express. So Zavitz out there with McNabb. Now Tebow filters out late, and they'll bring it back to the top, work it around to McNabb. Jake McNabb looking for a screen, doesn't get one. Tagore on him. Tagore's a hound dog. Bouncer from McNabb, too much on it, but it looked like it got a piece, deflected, and will stay right here for the reset. Zavitz trying to duck in. 2 fakes, and he just went over top. Inches from that, underneath that crossbar, battle for it. Searle in there as well. Tebow working for it. 10 on the shot clock. Outlaws just trying to pin it. Express pick it up. And a good defensive hold for the Outlaws. And like I mentioned last week against the Six Nations Snipers, the Outlaws 23-9 winners, but it was more about the way they executed. They were rolling on all cylinders. So between the offense in full effect and Jackson Brown doing his thing, oh boy, they were tough to beat. Atwood, that's his spot. Sorry, Gilray looking across. St. John works it back. Quick shot, Alex Simons. So everything in the early going working for the Outlaws. Alex Simons on the board, another helper for the master facilitator, and it's a 4-0 lead. You can see here these shots from way out, and I think it's going to be a goaltending change as Simons picks up his first of the game, and I think that's the case. So no change, no Cole Martin. They're going to go Nagy, just a little bit of a breather. And now Jonah Beam going up against Ryan Haig, and Haig will shoot it down in the defensive end. Good job as Jeff Geddes. That's not Jeff Geddes, my bad there. That's Niall Sear as he legs it over the timeline, and Atwood now will set it up. Getting pressured from Andrew Horsley. They'll work at the St. John. Gilmore now with some room. He'll go to the same spot if it's working. Dump in, looking for Haig, couldn't connect. And now Penn Estrad Penestrat, one of those intangibles for the Brampton Express. Does a little everything, can play offense for you, defense, great in transition. And now Jeff Whitty going to have to get something going here, as that one went off Chris Veltman. And if you can believe it, that came right up in the booth here. And I won't lie, I made an outstanding grab with my left hand. So I'll just keep this souvenir, put it in my back pocket, charge the league, and we'll carry on. Looking for the duck and Whitty, quick shot, and he gets taken down. Crease will give it to Jeff Geddes. Now that's Geddes, and he's going to look to move it up. Quick pass, and Tagore now. Good to see Josh Tagore has taken on more of a leadership role for these Outlaws, as he has been in the league for a minute. St. John got a head of steam going. Fakes a shot, tries to duck it, gets wrapped up, gets the underhand, and going to be a delayed penalty, as it looks like Matthews is going to get saddled with the hold, and that's going to be an over and back. So that's going to be the case, as McDulty's going to make no bones about it. He's not going to the penalty box. It's going to be Matthews. So Colin Matthews will give the Outlaws their first power play opportunity of the game. They come in 67%. That's fourth best in the league during the regular season. Penalty kill for the Express, 50%, fourth in the league during the regular season. Murphy. So Austin Murphy at the top. He's out there. Gareth Haig, St. John on the left side. Looking on the interchange. And you got Chris Atwood and Alex Simons. St. John zips it across, looking for Atwood, 10 on the shot clock. Atwood battling for it, gets chopped down. Simons loses his stick, and Brampton will just do it. Nice, nifty pick up there, and it's going to be Gage Board that sheds a defender, gets it over the timeline with just under a minute and a half to go in the man short. Just over 7 minutes to play here, opening quarter. Semi-final number 2. The Whitby Steelhawks have booked their ticket into tomorrow's All Championship. One of these two teams will as well. Diving and crease the call. Good effort by Keegan White, but ran out of real estate. And the Outlaws now will counter the other way with just over a minute left in a man advantage. So 6:54, that will give us a chance to take our first officials timeout. We'll be back. Here we go after our officials timeout. St. John will inbounds, and the Outlaws will go to work. 55 seconds left in the man advantage, their first power play of this game. So they'll go around the horn. McNulty will fill in that left crease spot now, and they'll go to work here. Bouncer and almost squeaked through, but good help, Jonah Beam, and he lofts up a beauty now. Gage Board going to run under it on a hop. Great job by St. John to get back and help defensively. And Board now will look for an opening. Penestrat gets a step. He'll curl back out. Gilmore closed that off. 22 seconds left in the man short. 10 on the shot clock. Shovel looking for Beam. Beam leaves that. Estra decided to leave it in Farthing now. We'll move it to St. John. 10 seconds left in the man advantage here. So they'll wait for the player to come out in Matthews. He's a speedster. You don't want to give him transition, but that shot and ricochets off Duncan Cart. Ball loose now, and McDonald going to battle for it with 2, and it's Horsley. Comes away with it, almost picked off. And a good job there by Gilray, but instead the speedy Matthews will run under it. Matthews, dipsy doodle inside, creates some space, gives way to another speedster in Carter Zavitz. McNabb swinging around. Tebow working the left side. Ward looking for an opening. 5 in the shot clock. Ward steps back. Lets it go. Curtis Ward gets his team on the board. Great job by Curtis Ward, and this is all about creating your own shot, creating space. You see him, he comes up to the top, but doesn't have anything there. Steps back just a couple inches, half step, able to get the underhand off, and you can see the frustration from Ryan Haig as he thought he was on him tight. And either way, first goal for the Brampton Express, they needed that one, comes with 5:17 to play in the opening quarter. off the draw. Webb is going to scoop that up, send it over. Tagore's going to get it over the timeline with beam on him. And Simons now will shoot it down low. St. John out late. They'll run it through him, and it's Haig on the left side. Haig bouncing in on Estrat, twister! Gareth Haig with a man draped all over him, finds the back of the net, 5-1 Oshawa. This is just a great individual effort. You could see Haig. He immediately was going to take it right to the hole. You could see that, leans in on Estrat, and to get that twister off late before Cart comes over, a beauty in itself. So Gareth with his first of the game. Remember, finished up with 33 goals in the regular season. So he knows how to bulge the twine, to say the least. Ward scoops that up. Horsley's going to have to run in under it, even though he was ready to come off. And a quick pass over the timeline just in the nick of. Jeff Wittig out there. Matthews working one-on-one with Speedster. Has Chris Veltman on him. Veltman steps back. And Matthews... I think Matthews shook himself so hard he lost his stick, and you can see Wittig running over a guy, and Oshawa will have possession, and Atwood will work it into the offensive end. So Jeff Wittig has to be careful not to get too frustrated here. He's one of the big pieces to this Brampton puzzle. St. John work it across. And Blumberg's lets that go. Picked up Gilmore. No reset. 7 on the shot clock. Had Blumberg's cutting. Atwood picked it up. Goes off the knee of Martin. And it'll go all the way down. And it'll belong to the Brampton Express with just under 4 minutes to play here opening quarter. So McNabb has been quiet early on. See if he can get on track here. Gets a screen. Doesn't do a whole lot. Zavitz ducking in. Tough passes. Farthing made sure nothing was going to go on inside there. He sent a message, and now going to be a zip pass. Brown going to have to hurry, and they do it well and get it over to Simons and over the timeline. Simons. McNulty will work it over. Haig now looking for another opening. Same situation. Atwood will swing it across to the right side. Murphy tried a twister. Stopped, though, by Nagy. Rebound rolled up. And it's going to be Estrat that runs under it. Penn Estrat. Estrat dumps out off quick stick, couldn't connect. Good job on the interception. Outlaws played some good defense now, and it's Ryan Haig. Haig has his brother with him. They'll work together. Gareth, good spin off on Medeiros, but a great stick check as Medeiros comes through. And a quick pass ahead will send away Robertson. He'll wait for the offense to come on. Tebow swinging around. Wittig now on the left. Wittig hasn't been able to find his groove yet. He's had a couple shots, but hasn't had anything where he likes it. Tebow with a fake. Goes to the overhand. Stopped, almost bounced in, but Webb there to play netminder, and a quick outlet pass to Tagore. Tagore has St. John jumping in the rush. Tagore takes the shot. Stopped, though, by Nagy. St. John fishing around that crease area, couldn't dig anything up, and now Gage board. He'll set it up. They'll work it with Ward, and then to McNabb on the right. McNabb isolated one-on-one. McNabb, got to get him going. McNabb dumps it off. Ward ducks by one. Looking inside, Gage board just wide. We're into the final 2 minutes here, quarter number one. On the move now, ducking his way in. Harlech has a man with him in Gilray. Dumps it off. Gilray. Save made by Nagy as he wasn't fooled at all. And now Battersby's going to move it up over the timeline. He's got Searle with him. And those two will stay out there until they can change. Minute and a half to go in this first quarter. Ducking in, going up, but matching out. But there's Battersby on the doorstep. So a great save initially from Jackson Brown, but lost sight of the rebound. And Battersby right there knocking on the doorstep, gets the answer he's looking for. This is what you call following the play, and Battersby with a gift couldn't get a better carom than that one, right to his stick. And with 1:20 to play, it's a 5-2 game. So I want to remind our viewers, of course, the All Championship Cup for the East tomorrow, 2 p.m., right here, same place. And it'll be the winner of this game taking on the Whitby Steelhawks for everything on the line. Estrat now. He'll size it up on the half boards. And he'll wait. Wittig will trail out late. Swinging around Tebow. 15 on the shot clock. Tebow. Millsap on him. Dumps it off. Wittig tried to haul that one back. Still fighting for it. 6 on the shot clock. Geddes battling and off the carpet. Gets it up to Veltman. Great work there, and Veltman now will move it across. Of course, Chris Veltman, the son of the legendary Jim Veltman. Scoop. Toronto Rock, Brampton Excelsiors, and a whole lot of other places. 33 seconds left on the game clock here. And interference the call, and taking some exception to that. It looks like Austin Murphy didn't like the way he was handled, and we could be getting coincidental minors here or not, as it looks like Alec Tomas may have gotten away with it, but I'm looking at the sign there. That looks like coincidentals to me, or maybe it's just Murphy. Yeah, just Murphy with the rough. So Brampton will go on their first power play. They come in ranked 3rd in the league, 57%. Oshawa's penalty kill, 2nd in the league at 50%. So 22 seconds left in the game clock, in the quarter. McNabb has some room. If you give McNabb room, he'll take it. Power play goal, 5-3. Blink of an eye, 1-for-1 with the man advantage. And Jake McNabb's a sniper. This is what he does. McNabb will be out there an hour before everyone, working on every different angle in that net, every corner. And that gives you an idea there of his thinking as you see him ring that one up and in for his first of the game. 19 seconds left here in this first quarter. Off the jaw, Haig. Veltman, and a timeout quickly called by the Oshawa Outlaws. And that will give us a chance here to stay here and just give a quick recap. I want to congratulate the Arenalacrosseleague West Division as the Blackfish swept the 2-game series, 13-12, 16-11 over the Shooting Eagles. It was part of their offense and their goaltending, really their goaltending, that made a difference in Brandon Humphrey. Individual awards. Tyler Kirkby, of course, won the scoring race overall. Most valuable player and top offensive player out in the Arenalacrosseleague West. Brandon Humphreys, most outstanding goaltender. Save his goals against, 12.21. Save percentage, .765. Man, that's stingy. Aiden Baker, top defensive player for the Grizzlies. And the top coaching staff belongs to the Sea Spray. Congratulations, Darren McEwen, Josh Wall, Dave Kidd, Derek Milani. You're all outstanding coaches. Congratulations to the Whitby Steelhawks. They booked their ticket into tomorrow's final. And with 15 seconds left, the Outlaws will pull their goalie and will try to take advantage here. 8 on the shot clock. St. John going to turn around. Dumps it off. Haig, shot well wide of the mark. Haig rebound. Twister in with .4 seconds left. Gareth Haig played to Karam like a champ and parked the rebound for his second of the game. Now, you can say all you want, but sometimes this is part of the plan to tag. Look at that. Gets his own rebound, and a twister just bounced right up in that top corner. And beauty job and a late goal. Boy, those hurt your back, even if you're not playing. 2 seconds left on the clock here. And a late goal like that does something to the morale. So we'll see what Brampton has in store as they will let that tick down. 15 minutes have been played here at the track. Semifinal number 2, 6-3. Outlaws will be back with the second. Back at it here as we get locked and loaded for the second quarter. Oshawa Outlaws have put together a solid first 15 as they pick up where they left off last week in a impressive win over the Six Nations Snipers in the quarterfinals. And off the draw here, it's going to be Veltman that's going to pick that up. He'll shovel it. And now they're going to work it up, and it's Millsap. Millsap harassed by Jonah Beam, but gets it to St. John, and they'll set things up now. So another good 15 minutes for Oshawa. Brampton's going to have to tighten things up now as they trail by 3 here. St. John. Atwood on the curl. Room for Simons. He's been good. Ball loose, dotted half circle. Cart gets knocked down and still loose. McDonald going to do the scoop thing, and he does. Quick pass sends away Estrat. Penn Estrat and Curtis Ward. Estrat will retreat. Ward will work the left side. Keep an eye on the speed. Good zip. McNabb shot steered aside there. So a good save made by Brown. Ball loose chance now as Webb's going to try to run this one down, and he's there with Sear. Webb will regroup, do a traditional pickup, and they'll set things up now. Gilray, Josh Gilray, another mainstay with the Outlaws, been with them since season 1, and he goes to the 5-hole. Josh Gilray on the run, gets the job done, and it's 7-3. This is just a good shot from Gilray. Not easy to get a bouncer off on the run, and Gilray just did that, and I think that handcuffed Nagy and found its way between the wickets. So Brampton now got to be careful. You got to do something to wreck the roll. These Outlaws have been offensively playing their best lacrosse, and Matthews now with the Jets gets double teamed and wrapped up. Still has it, lost it. Zavit's in there too, and Board will bail them both out. Oshawa picking up the defensive pressure, forcing the Express further out. Board, one-on-one on Veltman. Board skips it across. Screen there, and good hold, and Veltman and Wittig mixing it up, but it's Bloomberg's. Goes to the underhand this time. Basket's covered by Nagy, and his outlet pass will send away Robertson. Quick one up to McDonald, and they'll stop, drop, and set up shop here as the Express needs something. 13 minutes to go on the roll, a little late, and that's going to be a penalty. That's going to be an illegal cross check in the back. So the Outlaws going to have to work as shot clock's winding down. McNabb lets it go, and that's another ball headed for the gondola. And another good crowd on hand here for semifinal number 2. So looks like we'll go to work on a power play, will the Express, their second power play opportunity of the game. Millsap goes for the illegal cross check. So a chance here for Brampton to get something positive out of this one. And they could use it, trailing by 4. So Wittig will inbound. He's out there. Tebow and Sam Draminsky on the left. Wittig just lets it go. Draminsky picks it up. What a great save. Jackson Brown. Veltman, quick outlet pass, sends away Zach Tompkinson. Zips it across. Haig has a chance. Haig, 15 fakes later, he puts it right off the logo, but gets his own rebound. How about Gareth Haig and that effort as he goes for a run with 2 defenders chasing him, close to a penalty, and that was one. And 3 chops later as McNulty comes in, and you can see that some exception taken to Duncan Card, some extra chopping, and we do have an injured player. And this is the kind of thing I'm rather surprised, considering both these two teams know the importance and the magnitude of this game, to know that special teams could be the difference, and they're still playing like it's a regular season game. As Medeiros is going to go for backing up his teammate, McNulty's going to go for sure. There was already a minute 23 in the illegal cross-checking penalty to the Outlaws initially. And we still got a man down, and it's Haig, as Haig finally slow to get up. But we know he's a tough customer, so it's going to take more than that to shake and bake him. So we're just going to, you saw that replay, and you always want your guys your teammates to defend each other. And I think that's when you have a teammate down, you immediately come to his rescue, and that's what you're trying to do. So no question. I think now they're just going to try to figure out who's going to get what. Are they coincidental minors, or are they an extra 2 for either instigating or for the chop when Haig was actually laying on the carpet? You can see there, and there's where the 3 chops are, and that's the problem. And that's why McNulty came in, took exception, but McNulty grabs Medeiros' face mask, which that is automatically a problem. So you can see 2 up for Brampton. So it looks like it's either going to be Cart, could be Estrat, not sure, but someone is joining Medeiros in that penalty box, that's guaranteed. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back. So the dust has officially settled, and it looks like we've got a slash, a rough, and 2 dead ball fouls. So just finding out who else is going in that box. So it looks like Horsley's going in with Medeiros. So that explains the 2 and 2 up on the board. McNulty's gone in there, so I imagine he'd have at least 2. And right now it looks like a 4-on-3, but I would think it should be a 4-on-4 scenario. And this is one of those situations where you figure that it's more important to get it right than it is to worry about the time. And this is where it would be helpful for the officials if they were able to utilize the same replay that we could see. That way you would know who the guilty parties are. Instead, you got to take the passing license plate and roll from there. But remember, everything as far as penalties goes gets reviewed by the league, and if they deem a suspension is necessary, then it can be forthcoming anytime after. So I think some explanations given to the Brampton bench, Jeff Dowling and his crew. Good piece of officiating by Joel Furman, and they've already given the Oshawa bench the 4-1-1. So that's the way we're going to do it. So it looks like they're going to have 3 in the penalty box for Brampton, which seems a bit odd. 2 for Oshawa. And it's going to be 4-on-3. So that's the way they're going to do it right now, with 1:20 in the first penalty, just under 12 to go here. So back to the power play go the Outlaws. They're second of the game. St. John working with Simons at the top. Simons, Atwood to the bounce, right on. Picked up, Estrad. Quick dump off Beam, one-handed, reaches back to touch someone, and he'll hold up, waiting for a backdoor. Zavis has the one-man move. Quick move. Oh, beauty move, but something about that execution, that's going to be an over and back, as Carter Zavitz let that one go from point blank but missed the net. St. John now will set 40 seconds left now in a man advantage. And he'll work out there. This time Austin Murphy now in that left shooter spot. Gilray down on that right crease. Murphy right shooter. Gilray steps in. Far side. Josh Gilray's picked the day to have his finest game. Second goal for Gilray comes courtesy the power play. And the Outlaws seem to have been picking up where they left off last week. 8-3, the lead as we're just under 11 minutes. You like that play by Gilray because he didn't settle for that quick shot. Moved in and was able to create a better angle, and you can see that. So even though he couldn't see that far corner, the head of his stick certainly could and found the mark. So the Outlaws are putting together an outstanding half here. See how things roll. Tagore battling with Estrat. He loses it. Farthing will bail him out. Farthing goes for a run. Ward on him. He'll kick it all the way back out. St. John will set the offense now with 11 seconds left here in the first penalty. Sorry, in the second penalty. So Outlaws now. St. John, that shot right on, rebound. Bean going to try to get out of there, knock it away. St. John picks it up, has some room. St. John ducks in. St. John not to be denied. Master facilitator was not going to take any prisoners there, I tell you, as he lights the lamp for the first time in this game with a deadly underhand from point blank. You can see by that replay, that's a guy who was going to make sure that there was no rebound and that ball was clearly in the back of the net. So 9-3 back-to-back goals as the Outlaws have made the Express pay for being undisciplined. And this was the issue where when Brampton went through a bit of a lull during the regular season, they had an issue with getting just foolish penalties. That's the only way to put it, and it was costing them games. They seem to have righted the ship, but as of right now, they continue to spend way too much time in the penalty box, I'm sure, for Jeff Dowling and company. So Oshawa now will control out of the back door. Gilmore trying to duck in. Gilray helping him out. That ball goes loose, scooped up, and here come the Express now. Need to get something going. Need a hold here and go on a bit of a run to get back in this game. Board. Zips it across McNabb. Gets a screen. Quick shot right on. Stopped by Brown. He'll smother that, bring it in, and a good outlet pass. We'll move it along up to Harlech. Harlech getting chased by Robertson. Dropped his guard. Robertson relentless. Good job there as he ran him down. Board. So a defensive hold. See if Brampton can build on that here and now. Tebow, he's been quiet so far in this opening half. He'll work it. Wittig, wrong stick side. Wittig, drive in, airborne. Great save, Jackson Brown. He knew Wittig only had one place to go, and he closed that off. And the Outlaws now will counter the other way. Quick inbounds by Geddes up over the timeline. And they'll set it up now with Simons. Atwood, always dangerous. Snaps that one across. No one was there. St. John bailing him out, of course. Looking open, gets it. Simons, point blank. Number 7, might as well work for UNICEF, feeding the world, as Simons the recipient again, as he picks up his second of the game, and gonna have to do a little something more as these Outlaws, boy, not sure if they should be called the Express or not, the way they're rolling. And I think Nagy's going to go for a jog, and they're going to make that goaltending switch. Thought they should have did it a little earlier, and Cole Martin's going to come in. And I say that only because sometimes it just may not be your quarter, may not be your day, but it may not be your quarter as a netminder. Doesn't mean it's not your day. So we'll see here if we see Nagy again. But right now, Cole Martin will come in, try to stop the bleeding here. 7-goal lead for the Outlaws. Off the draw, Haig made that look pretty easy and nifty. Gets it back to Veltman. Backdoor, Gilmore. Great save, though. Cole Martin tested early on, up to the task. Matthews now. Ward. McNabb. Tompkinson has been on him. Matthews speeding around, and that's going to be a penalty. It looks like it. Sear caught the helmet, and that's definitely the call there. So Niall Sear will head to the penalty box. For the third time in this game, the Brampton Express will go to work with the man advantage. And they use a little something here. They seem to be just a little out of sorts to the Express. So Whittaker at the top, Jaminski, Tebow on the left, McNabb, and Zavitz on the right. McNabb, that shot right on. So Jackson Brown, outlet pass, partially deflected. Tompkinson now. He's got Tagore with him, but the veteran will pull it out. Knows he's in some trouble here and dumps that off. Probably the best thing to do, but now Estrat, 2-on-1. McNabb, and he's stopped. That one never got through. Good defense there by Farthing. And now inching over the timeline is Millsap. Minute 20 left to kill. Millsap going for a run. Robertson trying to help out. Millsap kicks it out. St. John. Finishing check. Takes down Millsap. Oshawa still with possession. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Gilray. He'll survey. Looking for St. John, who took a check right at the time it got there. So good job by Jonah Beam. You can't leave St. John open for a minute. Second. Beam. McNabb has room. McNabb changes the angle, rings it off the iron. Jaminski, what a save! Jaminski, what a save! Oh, baby! Talk to me! That's some fine goaltending from Jackson Brown, as he did everything. Tebow diving, couldn't do anything about that though. Got a partial glove on it. But Gavin Tebow able to pocket his first goal of the game. It comes courtesy the power play, and it's 10-4 now. When you've got the reach that Tebow has, you saw coming from not straight behind, but just as that arc starts at the back of the crease and stretched out, and Jackson Brown did everything he could and more, but just can't stop everything. Goaltender can stop the first two. Defense has to step up after that. Off the draw, Oshawa with possession here, and with 6:53 to go. They and us will both take an official's timeout. We'll be back. Welcome back. You want some goaltending? Have a look. So off the post, that's your second goalie. Great save on the slide, and then right there, two big saves. My, oh my, Jackson Brown, and that's more than you can ask if you're an Outlaw. So teams back to 5-on-5 here as the Outlaws will work it in the offensive end. Under 7 to go in this first half. St. John. Tomas on him. St. John with a little rock shake. Hesitation, takes a hit. Gilmore with a hand on the jersey, no matter. Horsley will move it up. Express now with a good defensive hold. They'll get it overboard. Zips it across, looking for Estrat. That's picked off and moving it up, and a good job. And moving it up is Harlech. Harlech will get it to Simon. Simon's looking for an opening. Ducks in once, twice, and he'll peel back out and set things up now for the Outlaws. Atwood, he'll filter out. They'll look at St. John across the way. Sure enough, there he is. Quick shot, knocked down. Board has it, numbers now for the Express. In transition, 3. Martin in there with Matthews. They get to their right stick side. Board! Board! Bulge in the twine. In transition, 10-5. This was well executed. You can see like the 3-man weave you usually practice. Guys getting to their right stick hand sides, and Gage Board makes the right decision and pockets one in the far corner for his first of the game. So if you're a youngster out there watching, that's the way it's done. That's the way you share the ball. That's the way you get to the right spot on the floor to give yourself the best chance to put the ball in the back of the net. Off the draw, Jonah Beam bounces off one. He'll look now. So Brampton going to try to build on that. And with just over 5.5, they need to get back in this game. Curtis Ward. Ward, quick step. Trying to go far side and does. Curtis Ward. Little hang time. 10-6. Second of the game for Ward, and I tell you, this crease dive thing is catching on. Look at the first step. Goes airborne and able to use his body, contort it to put it in the far side on Jackson Brown. And close the gap now to 4. Off the draw, give us a chance to, of course, wish all our viewers out there a happy Easter. Hope you're enjoying your long weekend. We, of course, will have our championship final, and Jerminski takes down a tree on the way to the bench. That will give the Outlaws an opportunity here to get the extra man out there with 15 on the shot clock. So a chance now. McNulty will flip Atwood, 10 on the shot clock. Got to hurry, though. St. John knows exactly the time. That one bouncer skipped up and out of play. So to coin the phrase, that's not a good penalty for the Express, as Jerminski will head to the penalty box. The Outlaws 2 for 3 with the man advantage. They'll go on their 4th power play. Remember, last quarter they scored late with the man advantage, and that worked in their favor. Chance here now to stop this run by the Express and restore that 5-goal cushion. So McNulty working with St. John on the left. Atwood on the right hasn't had a chance to really let anything go yet from his spot. Gilray out there as well. That's one right off the logo. And Brown zip it up to board. Gage 4 shorthanded. What a save! Oh man! Jackson Brown doing his thing. Estrat on a careless play by the Outlaws as they give it right back. So almost a shorthanded marker. Boy, that would have changed the flow of momentum in a hurry. And now the Express are going to look to kill some time here. Matthews zips it across. McNabb, one-on-one. Tagori harassing him. Tagori, good stick check and some good work there. Coughs it up, and Tagori now on his horse. On the move. Tagori, great speed. St. John had it popped out but recovered, and he'll pull it out with 45 seconds to go to man advantage. So Atwood, they'll swing it around. He'll retreat. And second unit comes out with Murphy and Gilray. St. John zips it down and it went in. Come on. You know you didn't plan that, St. John. That was an accidental on purpose. Either way, back of the net, 11-6 Oshawa. As St. John pockets his second of the game. I don't know if we should give him the goal and the helper on that. Either way, maybe just the goal. 5-goal lead restored with 3:25 to play, and sometimes things just work in your favor. And that was a big goal there to halt the Brampton momentum. Off the draw. It's Haig again, and that one goes down. Blumberg's trying to run under it. Manages to catch up to it. Beam will bounce him away from that dotted half circle. They'll set it up as we inch toward the 3-minute mark. Once again, want to congratulate the Whitby Steelhawks. They will be playing in tomorrow's All-Cup final. They will face the winner of this game. Off the carom, Ward zips it up. Estrat, great speed, wrong stick side, quick bounce, stop. Rebound and that's back in by St. John. Excellent call there as he put that back foot in instead of out, and now Beam's gonna bring it up. So you gotta figure if you're Brampton, you need an answer. And a quick try there as Zavitz not able to park it. And now Farthing with Estrat all over him. Gets it to St. John, and he'll move it up in a hurry. Down deep to McNulty. So Oshawa has the luxury of time here in this second quarter, but Simon's gonna let it rip. And the BB from the wrong side bulges the twine. Alex Simons taking a feed from St. John and parking it in the back of the net again. He's got 3. And with 2:14 to play, Oshawa, they aren't joking around. They are rolling ahead. Say what you want, but there are 4 quarters, so Brampton is going to have to play this one out, hopefully chip away at the lead, and then go into the locker room, regroup, and come out with a new game plan for the third. Because this Oshawa team, they seem to have an answer to everything at the moment. Atwood, settle it down, work it down to Gilmore. Gilmore will move it on up. They'll overload that right side with Murphy. Dumping it in, looking for Atwood, nothing doing. Matthews has it. Matthews now will zip it across. One hop to Ward. Ward with Geddes to beat. Ward ducks in. Ward, and he ran out of real estate. So good job by Geddes defensively to close that off. And Sear now over the timeline. He'll give way, and I think we had some action behind the play as McNabb and Veltman got tangled up, but I don't know if that's the call. McNabb certainly heading to the penalty box, as is Veltman, so it looks like we'll have coincidental roughing minors. They'll both sit down. We'll play 4-on-4 for the final minute 33. Special shout out, of course, to all the Arena Lacrosse League coaches that did not make it to championship weekend. Hats off to you guys for another fine season. Six Nations Snipers, Darcy Palace, of course, Oshwegan Bears, and Ron Mouser Henry. Peterborough Timberman, Joe Sullivan. That one almost feathered in. And, of course, Penn Estrat now will set up as we inch toward the final minute. Jaminski trying to go, great save. Of course, our coach is in Toronto. As you see that pocketed a beauty, Wittig finally on the board. So Wittig's been working hard, hasn't had a whole lot of fruit for his labors, but with 50 seconds remaining, it's great effort there, and Wittig just scooping right off that carpet. Quick hands, gets the job done. So a big goal there for Brampton. More importantly now, with a 12-7 lead for Oshawa, that Brampton don't give up a goal late. That would certainly hurt, to say the least. And I can't forget, of course, the Paris River Wolves, Jamie Dubrick. 7th season in the Arena Lacrosse League. Thank you, Dubes, for what you do. 35 seconds on the game clock. Oshawa controlling here, looking for a late one. Quick shot, and they'll get one from Austin Murphy. No let up, they just keep coming at you. As you can see here, Murphy does wrong stick side again, and he just tees it up from out there. Austin Murphy wearing his usual number 10 and not 97 or whatever else he had, but said don't give up a late one, and Brampton gave up a late one. 28.6 seconds to go here, and got to figure Brampton going to try to do something here, and they win the draw. They will call timeout. We'll take a short break. We'll be back. Back here at the Toronto Rock Athletic Center, of course, the practice home of the Toronto Rock of the National Lacrosse League, the Arena Lacrosse League official partners to the National Lacrosse League. And you can see why. Of course, 13-12, the final in our first semifinal. Whitby Steelhawks. Now Brampton's going to play for the final shot. Wittig now is going to let it tick down. Game clock down now to 15, as you can see. They'll go to work at 10. And here they go. Jaminski working with Wittig. Wittig will duck in. Wittig tried to go short side, couldn't. Rebound. Chase down and trying to get to that empty net. but they will not do it. 30 minutes have been played here at the track. 13-7 for the Oshawa Outlaws. Welcome back as we get set for third quarter action. Semifinal number 2 between the Oshawa Outlaws and the Brampton Express. Oshawa leading, of course, 13-7 after the opening 30. And the question now will be whether or not the Outlaws can sustain this over the 4 quarters, or if it's going to take some work. You expect Brampton will make a run at some point in time. It's just a matter of when. Leading up to this game, of course, these two teams split the season series. Brampton winning 18-13, Oshawa 16-12. And off the draw, Estrat going to try to take it. Tagore matched him speed for speed. That shot off Tagore. Beam now going to fight with it. Hagel knock it to himself, send it back over, but it's picked up by McDonald. So the Express with the first possession here in this third quarter. Dying seconds of the coincidental minors between Veltman and McNabb. They'll both back beyond and they'll both be back on, and McNabb will open it up with a shot looking for the 5-hole. Stopped though by Brown. Brown, rear back, finds St. John over the timeline. Oshawa's first possession, third quarter here. Haig and St. John working the left side as usual. Haig gets a step, flip back, St. John, dump in, cutter in the middle. Gilray had it knocked out of his stick, and that pass going to go up and on the money, as it looks like it could be Lucas Nagy back in that net. But we will double check for you just to make sure, and that is the case. So Nagy back. Wittig now one-on-one and had it popped out of his stick as he got taken down. And now Harlech has had himself a fine game here. He'll give way. McNulty will set things up, half boards on the left. Had a notion, peeled back out, waited for St. John. Now they'll set it up. Skip pass, finds a stick of Atwood, dump inside, wide open, Murphy, great save by Nagy. Position-wise, couldn't get any better than that, as Nagy was locked on that one far post and wouldn't let go. Battersby, he's going to reel around, has a goal today, dumps it back in. Zavis tried that quick stick, but probably should have gathered it and regrouped. Either way, Tagore going to have to speed it up. One pass and a good job to Morgan to get it over the timeline. Blumbergs, he's going to float that one dangerously around the speedy Matthews, and Matthews' speed wins that one. Working now with Board. Matthews, wrong stick side, he'll peel out. Switch hands, switch back. Now Estrat has room right off the logo. There, scoop, backhand try. And Draminski hovering around that crease area, picks up his own rebound. 30 more for the Express. Wittig out late to McNabb. McNabb trying to turn the corner. Webb all over him. Estrat zips it back, had Wittig, but he took a hit late. Draminski going to bail him out. 10 on the shot clock. Geddes takes in Draminski. In close, what a save! Jackson Brown. That was a point-blank beauty right there. And a quick pass from Geddes to Sear, and over the timeline for the Outlaws. So this third quarter didn't quite start with the zip Brampton was hoping for, but you can bet that they're looking to go on a run sometime. But in the meantime, between time, the Outlaws to work here. Gilray zips across. Gilmore's shot steered aside. Good pad save. Battling for Tomas in there with McNulty. Gilmore, and not only does a tree go down, so does Gilmore. And that's an easy call, as I'm not sure if it's going to be Tomas that goes, but a healthy hack to say the least. You look at the stick work we've seen in this game. Thank goodness this wasn't 20 years ago with a wooden stick, or probably have the police here. And you could see Joel Furman giving you that slash, and that was an easy call. So back to the power play. Go the Outlaws. 2 for 4 in the first half. And they're back at it again. Looking for the first goal of this third quarter. It'd be big if Oshawa can get it. Haig on the interchange. Jump back out. Simons, St. John looking back inside. Had Gilray. He took some punishment No reset, 7 on the shot clock. Quick shot by Murphy, and that's picked up. And now Duncan Cart with the extra E over the timeline. Does a good job. Cart's done a great job staying out of the penalty box as well. And he'll give way now. They'll look to burn some clock here. We're at the 11-minute mark, third quarter. Estrat. He'll swing it around, and it's Ward. 6 on the shot clock. Ward's going to lean in, bounce back, lean in, bounce back. Twister right on. Easy save there for Brown. And now with a minute to go, here come the Outlaws into the offensive end. Gareth Haig. Atwood now out there with Simons on that right side. Murphy will be at the top here. And they'll work that. St. John will slide down to that left crease. They'll work the interchange. Working that side, beauty passing, but Nagy stuck the big arm out there. St. John tied up there with Kalen Martin, and instead it's going to be Gage Board who has his pocket picked. Simons, St. John had Atwood, couldn't connect on the final tick and tack, and the Express will try to work it the other way. Quick pass, McDonald. McDonald has an opening, kicks it out. Martin. Defensive unit out there, as you can tell, as Martin will think better of it. Give way. Zavitz now will set it up. Six on the shot clock. Zavitz on the run. Overhead miss. McNabb. Rebound right on. Good save, as that one was headed for the short side. McNabb battled with Millsap. Blumbergs comes away with it. He'll roll off the check and move it over the timeline. We're under 9.5 to go here in the third quarter. That one kicked out. St. John can't haul that down. And that'll go as an over and back. Possession belongs to Brampton. Still searching for our first goal of this third quarter. Battersby, he'll size things up. Veltman will chase him out, curls out, looking down behind the net. Wittig has room, ducks in. Quick shot, too much bounce on that, and didn't touch anyone. That will go up the other way and belong to the Outlaws. Sear, he'll give way. St. John now going to get some pressure, kick it over to the right side. Simons. Good hesitation, can't lose Medeiros though, and Atwood will have to swing it. St. John will have to start it. They'll go half boards now. Gilmore cutting in there, but tangled up. That's some good team defense on Simons. 3 on the shot clock. That will go down and over the timeline. So Brampton will hold steady on the defensive end, and with just over 8.5 to go, Brampton now. Tebow. Zavitz tries to spin off one. Farthing all over him. Zavitz runs into a wall, bounces off. McNabb swinging around to the left. Tebow. All kinds of bumping and grinding going on in that half circle. Estrat with 10 on the shot clock. Down low, had Ward wide open. And instead it's going to be Haig that scoops and goes. Millsap. Wrong stick side. He'll think better of it, pull it out. We're at the 8-minute mark. St. John working with Haig. He'll head over to that left side, and you can see right here, I'm counting 6 in the blink of an eye, and my count is shaky at best. So it looks like it's going to be too many on the floor for the Outlaws, as they were running their own power play. So Brampton now will go to work for the 4th time. They are 2 for 3 with the man advantage. So a chance here to pocket the first one of this quarter, get back in this game trailing by 6. Told you my counter was questionable. And Wittig now. Tebow. Wittig. Dumped in. Zavis, quick shot, block. Picks up his own rebound. Tagore tangled up there. And Tebow now will get it. They'll reset. Wittig has room. Dumps it. McNabb underhand. Wittig rebound. Diving, but it pops out of his stick. Zavis is going to pick that up, and they'll reset the clock. Room here. That one knocked down. Good job by Tompkinson. Wittig, size the underhand. Shooting gallery continues. Jackson Brown, and just a little tangle up Farthing. mixing it up with Jaminski, and Tagore will bring it over the timeline and try to burn some clock. Tagore splits the middle. Tagore, great save by Nagy. Simons will bail him out and shoot it up to St. John. We're under 7 minutes. St. John twister. That was a beauty. Shorty, 14-7. Well, sometimes if you're the master facilitator, you got to take matters into your own hands. You see where he started from, look where he finished, and he just blows by Tomas. And I tell you, that KG vet St. John, for a guy who's been in the league and has been around, he sure still has that dangerous first step. So, a short-handed marker given up by the Express. Not the first time they've done that, but off the draw, Haig beats Beam, and Oshawa will control. Millsap trying to swim his way out of trouble, gets tripped up. Ball loose on the carpet and just being outworked as Josh Gilray does a great job to come away with it. So the Outlaws right now, you talk hard work, they're just outworking the Express. That's flipped down and into the gondola. And with 6:23 to go, that will take us to our officials' timeout. We'll take a quick break. You're watching the Arenalacrosseleague semifinals here on the JVI Network. So it looks like when we went to our officials' timeout, Jake Gilmore picked up a penalty. So now it's a 5-on-3 for Brampton. A chance to get back in this game here. McNabb, work it down. Zavitz out there. McNabb, he's going to change the angle. Good save from Brown. Up and out of play. Possession stays right there. Wittig. And he puts it right in the stick of Tompkinson. And Tompkinson will ice the ball down the length of the carpet. Under 6 to go. First penalty over. Too many men. 5-on-4 now. Zavitz ducking in. McNabb, and he finds the mark with a good underhand. So Jake McNabb on the power play cancels off the shorty that they gave up. Picks up his second of the game, and you can see here, like, this is what McNabb does. And when he practices prior to the game, it's overhand, sidearm, underhand, left side, top, right side, top, and that seems to be his MO. That's what he does in his warm-ups, and you can see it translates into the game. So if you're a young lacrosse player out there, remember the rule, you play like you practice. So practice hard, you play hard. And these guys will attest to that. 14-8 the score in favor of the Outlaws, as off the draw, Cart's going to pick that up. Blumberg's on him. Horsley providing some interference, and that's a trip, and doesn't matter how it happens, accidental or not. So it looks like Brampton's going to go back to another power play, and we're under 5.5. So net empty for the extra attacker. 10 on the shot clock. Chance here to pull closer. Tebow. Ward dumps it inside to Wittig, and Wittig takes 3 extra. And they do everything in their power to try to get under the skin of Jeff Wittig, I tell you that. So another power play opportunity for Brampton. And they've got to make good on this. If they're going to look back and they can't pull this one out, it'll certainly be because they couldn't capitalize on their opportunities. Still lots of time, lots of game left to play. McNabb will work it. Same unit out there. Wittig tried the underhand. Good job by Tebow, made the save and picked up the rebound. McNabb now with room. Goes back to that sidearm, same spot. This time, Brown, read that, made the save. McNabb leans in. McNabb looking for something, chased by Tagore. Tebow goes over the top, stopped on the scoop. Farthing picks it up, in some trouble, lose it, top one, and that one's blocked by Veltman, who made a great save. So put a save on Veltman's mark. Great outlet pass, Tompkinson, in alone. Tried to go 5-hole, but Nagy got enough of it to stop it. Minute 10 left in the man short. McNabb Going to work it into the offensive end. He'll zip it over to the left side. They'll work it around the horn. McNabb tried to change it up. Go top corner. Had it. Ward zipped inside. Popped out. Zavitz. McNabb. McNabb! Right side. Money time. Back-to-back playoff goals for Jake McNabb. His third of the game is timely. And you can see here, I keep telling you, the kid can shoot the ball. Not quite sure why you don't extend that defense on him, because that's what he does. And the lead now back to 5 with 4:05 to play here in this third quarter. And off the draw. So Brampton has it. Carter move it up to Ward. So just what the Express were looking for. Possession. Can't score without the ball. And a chance here to chip away. Draminsky gets a step, gets his shirt tugged. No call there. And I'm not sure the officials saw it. But Draminsky now will work over Millsap. And Millsap will swim his way into trouble like Phelps. Instead, look over across. Haig will slow it down, wait for St. John. Murphy will get to the right side, or to the middle anyway, as a left-handed shot. St. John, Haig, quick shot, give and go, gets the job done. So the answer comes courtesy master facilitator to Gareth Haig. Haig with 3, and you can see there, it just seems like whenever Brampton puts a little momentum together, Oshawa throws a wrench here or a wrench there and changes things up. Just a reminder, Arenalacrosseleague All East Championship Cup goes tomorrow 2 p.m. right here. The winner of this game will face the Whippy Steelhawks in a showdown, lowdown at the hoedown. Harlech in some trouble. He gets knocked back over the line, and Brampton with possession here. Good defensive hold. Board. He'll keep it. Work it to Wittig. Wittig now. They can ignite that fire. It could be trouble for Oshawa. McNabb has room. Tried to go down again. Might want to go up this time as he's gone down twice. Geddes, one quick pass, and Simons. Horsley on him. Chris Atwood has been awfully quiet, dangerously quiet in this game. Gilmore has room. Battersby on him. Come back out. Robertson chases him out of there. Simons with room, goes to the bouncer, steered aside by Nagy. And Matthews. Matthews tried to take the body check. He's too speedy, too slippery. Matthews all day, but he's robbed at the other end. So he had a week to take it, but couldn't make it. Tompkinson has his shirt grabbed, so we'll say that those will cancel each other out. And St. John will go to work as we hit the 2-minute warning. Atwood now at the top. Hasn't been able to let that good overhand go at all here, but no matter. The team's in the lead. Scoops that one up off the carpet. Murphy's underhand. Austin Murphy, courtesy St. John. Not quite sure, but if you are unaware of how to play this game, that's the way you play it. Murphy from way out, but it's about sharing and passing the ball, finding the guy who's open. And Austin Murphy has slowly but surely fit in nicely into this Oshawa lineup. I think it's because they put that number 10 back on his back. He's back to who he was, and he's showing his stuff here. So Oshawa has done what they've needed to do for almost 3 quarters now. Ward looking for an opening. Dumps it up. Zavitz. His bouncer. What a save by Brown. Stuck out the pad, smothered that ball, and out to Gorey. Quick pass, St. John. He's got that look as he'll pull it up. Robertson will immediately chase him down, and a good idea at that. You don't want to give St. John any kind of room. We're into the final minute. Haig. St. John looking for an opening. Dying seconds. Shot clock's going to expire as Haig's going to have to drop it, and he does with 47 seconds to go. Brampton looking for a late one here at the very least. Got to chip away, down 7. Battersby swings it. Draminski had a notion, working with Battersby, 2-man. McNabb. Draminski ducked through 1, airborne, stop, rebound, pocketed. But creased the call as you saw. Draminski was still in the crease when Searle pocketed that rebound. And now Oshawa's going to look up for the final possession here of this third quarter. McNulty. Dipsy Doodle, he'll roll it out, St. John. He'll air that one up just a bit too high into the gondola. That would have been out of Children's. And quickly moving up, 6 seconds to go. Matthews, 5, dumps it in low, hit, bounce, nothing doing, and the Outlaws will hang on to survive the third, 16-9. We've got 15 minutes left in someone's season. The winner will move on to the championship tomorrow. We'll be back with the fourth. Back at her as we get ready to rock and roll fourth quarter here. Final 15 minutes for someone, somehow. Whitby Steelhawks are in to tomorrow's final. The winner of this one will join them off the draw. Curtis Ward's going to run that down, get chased back out, but Brampton's going to set things up here. And boy, they need a jump start here. They need to start this quarter off with a little something. Ward ducking in, chased back out, looking for an opening, gives it up McNabb. McNabb looks surprised it went in his stick. Flip out, Zavitz, and he just finds the top of the net and over it. And that's been the case for Carter Zavitz today, as he's gotten some great opportunities. Good job by Draminski to run that down. Zavitz just missing a couple of golden opportunities may have changed the complexion. Draminski, he'll go try to slide that on the far side. McNabb will pick that up. Another offensive rebound. Brampton will get 30 more. I thought they called a reset, but 10 on the shot clock, so just me. Zavitz, great one hand. Shovel, looking for Draminski, can't connect. 5 on the shot clock. Tebow in there with Veltman. Tebow scoops, tried to roll, but ran out of time, and Veltman gave him a little extra just to let him know he was there. And now it's going to be Blumbergs that legs it up over the timeline. He gets taken into the boards hard. That one's going to be picked off. Here come the Express now. Searle, Matthews joins him, dumps it over. Matthews, but great save there by Brown. Action end to end as Jackson Brown getting it done. But Brampton with a little pep in their step. Come out wide open on the far side. Up, down. What another save by Brown. Goodness gracious. That man is doing some damage. Another reset, another 30 for Brampton, but they cannot find an answer to beat Jackson Brown right now. Ward changing the angle. Ward through a crowd, and Brown not hit him. So I don't think Brown made that actual save. That one hit his shoulder. Either way, some good work there as White battling for it in there with Webb. McNulty, and a good job to come away with it as the Outlaws win that battle, and a good job by Sear. He's harassed by Horsley, runs into Tomas. He'll flip quick. St. John, move it, wide open. Gilmore goes airborne, tried to put it far side. Save made by Nagy. Back the other way come the Express. Estrat. He'll pull it out, send it over. Tebow now. Kick over Zavitz. Sizing it up. Wittig now. Wittig gonna get the step, pull his way in. Wittig tried to go down and bounce it. Instead, takes a hit, and that battle has been going on all game as Wittig not happy with the way he was treated. And Gilray now knows that we're into the final 12 minutes here. So Gilroy's gonna look to burn some clock. You can bet now in this quarter, every offensive possession for the Outlaws will be very calculated. unless they get an opportunity in transition, they're not going to be in a hurry. Spread the floor nicely. Simons. Good job by Cart, but Simons created his own space and ring my bell. Post and in for Alex Simons. Alex Simons, just a good piece of lacrosse here. Is you're talking basketball about creating your own shot. There you can see as Atwood, just a little mild interference, but he had Duncan Cart going this way and that way and able to create enough to get off another good shot. So Simons with 4. Beam off the draw will pick it up. And if you're Brampton, you're running out of options now. You're trailing by 8. Yes, there is a world of time left to play here, the fastest game on 2 feet, but Oshawa is being awfully stingy, and I'll tell you, that guy between the pipes, Jackson Brown, he's less than stingy. I don't even think he celebrates Christmas. As you can see, Robertson laying down the lumber, and that's going to be an interference call for sure, as he's going to head to the penalty box. And so I tell you, there's always going to be some chirping. As you can see, Robertson took out Tagore, but didn't take him out. Tagore battles back. Robertson with another elbow there. And instead of retaliating, the Outlaws take the power play. And that's what good teams do. So you saw and heard the chirp. The chirp was, look at the scoreboard. And that's it. Message sent. A goal here would go a long way to putting the nail in the new, you-know-what, Atwood. Looking inside. That's going to be an interference call, so it'll stay right here. Possession to the Outlaws, Atwood. You figure he hasn't been able to uncoil yet, but he will. They'll look for him on the no-look, and too much going on in there, as that'll be an interference call. And Brampton now will get possession. Estrat will move it up. So you don't have a whole lot of time to play keep away. You got to attack. McNabb right on. Stopped by Brown. Rebound picked up Sear. Sear will leg it. We're under 10.5 to go. Oshawa trying to hang on and earn their ticket to play for tomorrow's championship. The Express trying to pull the carpet from under them and pull off a memorable comeback. St. John, he'll work it over. Minute 5 in the power play. Atwood, that's the room. Pellet right on. Tried to get his own rebound. Cart swims his way out. Good job to get it to board. So a good job on a good save from Nagy. Board now with Tagore on him. We're into single digits. Ward isolated on the half boards left side. Going to be another delayed penalty, and could be 2, as McNabb took exception, and so we're going to have an illegal cross check and then a dead ball. So it looks like they're both going. So Arenalacrosseleague, now I thought they signaled for both, and I think that's what head coach Jeff Dowling's asking Joel Furman, but they say no, it's going to be just the one. So in 28 seconds, the Express will go on a power play, but they'll play some 4-on-4 right now. McNabb, 1-on-1, leaning in. McNabb spinning, gets the double team. Tagore, relentless, takes it away, knocks it up. And no over and back, no reset though, as there's 5 on the shot clock. McNabb, right on, stopped by Brown. Outlaws will pick it up, and now it's Veltman. So first penalty over, so it'll be just a minute 25 left in the Oshawa penalty. And the Express now running out of time, so they're going to have to go to work here. Tomas, he'll pull up, give way, let the Gunners go to work. And now Zavitz. this is the thing. I know that you get into your routine where you like to give everyone a touch, but right now Brampton's short on time, not long on time. Jerminski behind, Tebow, fake one side, goes to the other. Couldn't get it to go on the dunk, and now racing up Millsap. Millsap off the crossbar. So you saw net empty, and that's why they set it up. That one rolled off the top of the crossbar. Board. Net not empty, this underhand, and it's McNabb. Jake McNabb has brought his A game today, his 4th of the game. And you've seen him take overhand, sidearms, and underhands. He's got it all. This one, he just had a lot of room, stepped into that shot on a quick release, changed the angle, went down low, and found the mark on Brown. So it's a 7-goal game now. As you can see, just over 8 minutes to play. A definite mountain to climb for the Express. Possible? Absolutely. If you're on the Oshawa side of things, you're thinking completely different. Sear has had a fine game today. He'll peel out. He'll get chased, harassed, slashed, and everything else. Get it over to Gilray, who will settle it down. Under 8 minutes. Gilray, Ward on him. Gilray gets a step, looking for the shovel. Kicks it out, St. John. 10 on the shot clock. St. John ducks in, peels out of one, and that's going to be an illegal cross-check. That's going to be an interference call on Gilray. And now Beam will bring it up over the timeline. Tebow zips it across. McNabb should have stepped into another one. And he'll look again here. Room underhand. I don't know what took him so long as he buries another one. And single-handedly, Jake McNabb taking matters into his own hands. This looks like almost an instant replay. I thought he should have taken the first opportunity he had, but he created another. And a good job just to, like a jab step in and then a rock back to create that space. And that allows him to get that quick release off with some good velocity. So still time for the Express. Trailing by 6 now. They need the ball, and they get it. Horsley had it. Millsap pressure, and Horsley does a good job to leg it over the timeline. Matthews will swing it around to McNabb. McNabb and Jerminski curling around. Zavitz looking down low. Tebow, what a great save by Brown. Thought Zavitz should have taken that shot, but he may not be feeling it today, that's all. And it's a race. Blumbergs will put it in the net. So knowing they had to pull the goalie and get one, instead, Blumbergs in transition buries it into the open cage. You can see just out racing Nagy and, Martin. And no knock on either of those netminders. With all that equipment on, there's not too many guys on the floor they're going to outrun. So Cole Martin in. And a big goal for the Outlaws. Off the draw. McDonald and Beam. Beam takes out Morgan's stick. Ward now will get it over, and it's Estrat. Estrat curls around, looking for Ward. Ward, Estrat. McNabb, feeling it. McNabb went back to the underhand, couldn't find the mark. Rebound, Estrat, battling for Tagori. Ball loose. Jerminski over on that side. He'll scoop it up. They'll reset. Tebow inside. Zavitz, that's where you want him to get that ball. That's what we've been saying. This time he puts it under the bar and in. And it's an 18-12 game. We've seen Carter Zavitz miss a few of these from point blank, but great fake, and he keeps it simple there. And that's the key. So Zavitz with his first of the game. And the Express not going to go quietly into the night. They're going to continue to battle here as hard as they can. Off the draw, Beam. On the run, Beam will kick it out. Got to attack, got to go for it. As Martin, guess has a little more leg speed than Nagy. And it's a long run. Tebow, wrong stick side. Work it to Zavitz, out top. Ward has room. Ward couldn't get it through. Going to be a hustle here. McNabb, net empty, scoops it. Backhand, beauty play. Good hands by Ward. And they'll move it up. But 3 on the shot clock, and that's wide. And it'll be Veltman to scoop it and move it up. So Oshawa dodges a bullet there again. And never mind, Brampton dodged one too with the cage empty. So you can see Oshawa spreading the floor, motion offense, tight man-to-man D, but Gilmore looked like he put the hook in that stick. That went up and out of play, and with 5:10 to go, that's going to take us to our final officials timeout. Give us a chance just to do a quick recap. Of course, congratulations to the 2024 All-West champions, the Blackfish. 2-game sweep over the Shooting Eagles. Of course, individual awards. Most valuable player and top offensive player, Tyler Kirkby. He was unbelievable. Brandon Humphreys, a most outstanding goaltender for the Blackfish. Aiden Baker of the Grizzlies, top defensive player. And the top coaching staff belongs to the Sea Spray, Darren McEwen, Josh Wall, Dave Kidd, and Derek Milani. Just want to remind, of course, all our viewers out there that the Arena Lacrosse League Championship game will go tomorrow, 2 p.m., right here at the Toronto Rock Athletic Center. In case you missed it, from the East, Parker Pfeiffer, 91 points, just 3 to beat John St. John for the scoring race. Nikolai Ferris won the goals scoring, just goals, 39. Of course, Tyler Kirkby with assists, but John St. John, 69, tops in the East. Power play goals, Chris Atwood led the way with 17. Shorthanded goals, Patrick Thompson with 6. Goals against average, of course, Caleb Martin for the Steelhawks, and Caleb Martin with wins 8-0. Impressive. So you're all caught up with that now. Moving forward, just over 5 to go here. Brampton with some work to do. Tebow, he goes to the bounce. Tebow finds the mark. So the pressure's starting to heat up here as Gavin Tebow pockets his second of the game with the net empty. And it's 18-13. We've seen this kind of thing happen before, but give Brampton credit. They're not about to give up on anything. The question's going to be, how does Oshawa respond in crunch time here? They've had an answer for everything that Brampton's thrown at them up to this point. Off the draw, with the exception of Jonah Beam, who's dominated in the circle in the second half. So Estrat now, he'll wait for Martin to hustle off. McNabb will work it with Ward. Estrat at the top. Estrat has room, goes to the bounce, steer to side. Rebound gobbled up. Farthing's going to dump it, and it's going to be a race. Estrat, and it just goes wide. So good job by Estrat to leave it. Little bit of curling experience for Penn Estrat. 4.5 here. Zips it over. Changing the angle. Stopped by Brown. And they're going to have to hurry to get someone in that net as they put out the speedster, and that's Matthews. And no one has speed like that demon. And he'll hustle off now, Jaminski. If Brampton can pocket one here, boy, things are just about to get crazy in here. McNabb gets a screen, looking for the dump off. McNabb to the back. It rolls in. It rolls in, Jake McNabb. Oh, the Express looks like they're on the track. 6th of the game for Jake McNabb. And the lead now is 4. And look at this individual effort. A couple of taps off the helmet, and that just rolls by Brown. And you look at that and you figure, wow, Brown's made some saves way tougher than that, but that's not the way goaltending works. It's on an individual shot-by-shot basis. And it looks like the Oshawa Outlaws are going to call a timeout, and I think it's a good timeout. So we'll let Joe Hiltz and company head to the whiteboard. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back. Back at it here at the Toronto Rock Athletic Center. Lance Wynn alongside JVI Productions. We have been here all day. Semifinal number 1 saw the Whitby Steelhawks edge the defending champion Toronto Monarchs 13-12, the final there. They are in. This one here, yet to be determined. 4 minutes to go. 4-goal lead. Possession off the draw. Cart, he gets taken into the boards as just too much as Webb with the hands on, and possession to Brampton. So let's see what they got now in their bag of tricks, trailing by 4. Net empty, extra attacker. They've already given up an empty netter. No matter. Zavitz, quick shot. And that one, I don't think that touched anything. And it didn't. And that will go right back to the Outlaws now. So a whole lot going on the floor here as Veltman will get it ahead. St. John, see if he ducks in. No, because he knows how much time's on the clock. St. John going for a run. He'll change directions, run into a double team, change back. He'll hold on to it, keep it behind that net. Time is valuable. And he does a good job to kill some. And now it's going to be worked up, and it's Draminski. Zavitz, quick pass. Ward changes direction. Ward can't get a shot up, but does. And there's no goal on the play. That would have been crazy. So crease the call. And now Veltman will look to work it up and finds Tompkinson. Quick pass. Room and numbers down low. Haig to Murphy. Murphy will peel out, and that's a good job there by the offense. That's a veteran move by Austin Murphy, knowing time more valuable than the goal. As Gilray, wrong stick side, he's going to go for a run. Tomas tries to body him. Gilray, shot clock winding down. Gilray taking a beating, still going. Great work to burn that 30. Brampton now will have to work. 2.5. Board. McNabb gets chased out. They're on him now. McNabb on the run. McNabb tried to go to the other side. That one stopped by Brown. He smothers it, picks it up, quick outlet bounce, and the Outlaws are into the offensive end with Sear. Sear, he'll pull up short. Beam and Matthews trying to double team Sear, but Sear using his speed. Gets it to St. John. He knows what to do with it under the 2-minute warning now. Wide open Gilmore. Gilmore's shot stopped by Martin. So Beam now is going to take it the other way, and here's where the mountain gets higher. Beam. Wittig, shot, and he's stopped point blank by Brown. Farthing, flip, Tompkinson over the timeline. You can see last gas as Tompkinson has put it on the line here. Murphy, St. John. St. John ducking back in with that jab step, fakes a shot. He'll just loft it up in the corner like the cagey vet he is. And now time running out on the Express. Tebow. Ward, he'll let it go. Stop. Sits there, and Jaminski tried to shovel it out. Couldn't. And now the Outlaws, we're into the final minute here as they'll just loft it up. It'll be Veltman. He'll get it and he'll roll it, put it in the net. And that's going to about put the icing on the cake for the Oshawa Outlaws as Chris Veltman pockets another one. And you can call it Allstate, you can call it Mutual, whatever you want. That's the insurance they're looking for. And up 19-14. It looks good for the Outlaws, not so good for the Express as they have been derailed here at the track. 44 seconds left. Off the draw, Beam has no effort, no shortage of effort from Jonah Beam here in this game as Geddes now. They're just going to look to run it out without any injuries. Got to have to play tomorrow as Murphy will put that as softly on the carpet as you can. Geddes will go for a run. And that's going to be a headshot. And I don't think that Beam meant to do that, as it not what you want if you're Geddes. You took that headshot, and they're going to stop the clock at 7-5. I think Geddes was going down and lost his balance a bit, and I think that's when Beam got him. We'll be able to get a better look at this, of course. And hats off to the JVI Productions team. You guys have been outstanding. You can see going down, and that's where if you see that, you probably say that's a penalty, but you can tell that there's for sure no malicious intent, and that's clear. And I don't think I think once the guys see that replay, they'll see that there was no intent to injure on the play, that Geddes was on his way down, and that's why the contact was made to the head. So penalty to Beam, which is a good call. Nothing more than that. And with 7.5 seconds left, it should be quiet because Oshawa just needs to run out the clock. And they will. So the Oshawa Outlaws return to the finals. Since year one, they are back. They'll be looking to knock off the top-seeded Whitby Steelhawks. Winners 13-12 in their semifinal. This one here, 19-14 the final in favor of the Oshawa Outlaws. That is going to put a wraps on semifinal Saturday. We're back tomorrow, Championship Sunday. It will be the Oshawa Outlaws against the Whitby Steelhawks. On behalf of JVI Productions, the Arenalacrosseleague, all our players, fans, and officials, I'm Lance Wynn. We'll see you tomorrow, 2 p.m. Be here.